What they put on social media. Well, I went on social media to order a date. But they didn't have a cash refund on return. You know, if you don't like it, you get your money back. You don't get your money back. Did you know that?
All sales final.
Yeah. And then you don't know if you're getting a man or a woman. You ever order a date online?
No.
Me, it sounds crazy, huh?
Never had to.
Order a date online? No. Welcome to church. I'm Jesse Peterson. Thank you so much for being with me. So we're not taking phone calls. You can go to the chat line and we can take your questions and comments. And we're going to start on time and end on time. We're going to end it. Are they laughing? Have I lied that many times? The whole staff laughing out loud. You guys are fired. Amazing. So we are going to end at 12:30, my time, Pacific. Then we do the offering and all that, the announcements. So whatever's on your mind, get it off your chest real fast. What else? Okay. So I have one question before I get to you guys and ladies. Last week I told you that I saw an old white guy get knocked out right in front of my car. And it was really awful to see it in person. It's not like online or you see it in the news, but this is the real deal. And so I thought about it this week, and I wonder, who should I have the most compassion for? The guy that got knocked out, or the one that did the knocking out, or for me that saw it? Who should I have the most compassion for?
I would probably say the guy who knocked the person out.
Because the guy's nose was bleeding, he was old, and he was white.
He'll get over it.
So the guy that got knocked out?
No, the guy that knocked, the guy that hit the guy.
Why?
Because he's the one that's in pain, really. You got to be miserable to do something like that to somebody. And then he would, more than likely, those guys, what I've seen, I don't know your situation, those guys will sneak up on the person and knock him out.
This black guy came out of nowhere.
Yeah, so see.
He just showed up.
He just showed up. To me, that's like, you got to be miserable to do something like that.
Oh, okay.
You
So
can't
you
be,
say the one that did the knockout,
yeah.
not the guy that was knocked out.
No, he'll be all right.
You like white people?
I do. Half of me does.
Who do you say? The young lady right here.
I think it's a trifecta. I think it's all three of them.
Take the mic for me. And so who should I have most compassion for?
I don't know. I think it's a trifecta. I think it's all three of them.
And why is that?
Because they're all going through like a different emotional state. The person that got hit, the person that hit, and the person that witnessed it.
Oh, okay.
That's what I think.
Who do you say?
Well, first and foremost, you'd think of the one that actually had to take on the pain and suffering of being attacked. But obviously, like you mentioned, the person that did the attack obviously has a lot more issues. Maybe he's not at peace and wants to thrash out on the innocent.
So you will have compassion for the black guy instead of the white man? What the?
Yeah, it's not a race
You
thing.
like white people?
I love everyone.
How about white people?
Yeah, sure. Yes, everyone.
And so you say the black guy?
Yes, he obviously
And why?
needs more help. Obviously, like you said, has a lot more hurt inside to just come up and attack someone out of nowhere for no reason.
What type of hurt?
A lot of anger. I don't know, their situation, a lot of pain in their life, obviously. To do something like that, there's a lot wrong. A lot of unpeace inside to not to just go out and not think about hurting someone like that, it's mind-boggling to me. They're really deeply troubled.
Oh, okay.
Deeply troubled.
Victoria, what do you say?
I wouldn't have compassion for any of them, actually.
Wow.
I know.
No love.
No.
And you gonna sit next to her, man?
He knows what's up. No, I was
So-
gonna say, because,
So the white guy was an old white man just walking across, had his bag in his hand. Some black guy, looked like he was in late 20s, early 30s, come out and just knocked him out for no reason and took off. And you say no one?
yeah, because compassion is what leads to, they could say, oh, the black guy did it because he's mad and he's black, let's not put him in jail. Oh, the white guy, everybody's against white people, let's have compassion. That white guy could be the most evil person on the planet. You don't know. So I would just say reserve any judgment at all. So
So
I don't
you-
think that anybody in that situation deserves my compassion because I don't have it to give.
Oh, you don't have any?
No, because
Well,
like I
no
said,
wonder.
no. What I'm saying is that when you have compassion for people, it clouds how you treat them.
Ah.
But like I said, with what you did in that situation, it wasn't about having compassion or not. You just saw somebody get hit, and you said, "Oh, that didn't look quite right. Let me go see what's happening." I don't call that compassion. That's just you do. Honestly, maybe you was just being nosy. I don't know, but you know what I'm saying.
Amazing.
No, but I'm just saying, like,
Here I am in tears.
no. I had a question for you though, but I'll wait. till
Okay, I'll come
later.
back to it in a
Okay.
minute. Who do
So
you
yeah,
say-
no compassion.
What do you say, Derek?
I say, are you saying out of the two or you also? All three
Not
of you?
me.
Okay.
I'm fine.
I guess for both. I'll say for both.
For both?
Yeah.
And why both?
The same sense that Victoria is saying it, but in a, not because
So it's not a guessing game, it's fellowshipping. No right or wrong, all right?
because that's just, it seems like part of, not hating, not having, any emotion towards it, but just the compassion for both people, not knowing the situation at all.
So you said compassion for both?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right, what do you say to it?
Yeah, I say both.
And why?
Because it's not my job to judge or and I hold no hate towards either one. So I can see, like Minnie said, like nobody does that unless they're miserable inside and have a lot of hate within themselves. So the man who hit him obviously has to, but I don't see compassion as you still deal with the person how you need to deal with them. So just because I have compassion for him doesn't mean he doesn't get locked up. He still got to deal with
Right.
the consequences. But I just mean I don't put them out of my heart. I don't hate them.
Okay.
And then obviously the person who got attacked, I don't know them or their situation. But at the end of the day, that's not love to just come off of somebody no reason. If you got to fight, you can still fight with love. But I don't see that situation coming from that place.
Oh, okay. The last one, the young lady in the middle here, she's just dying to respond to that. I see you jumping up and down, right? So you know the story? What happened? You hear what I said happened? So I was driving down the road last weekend, and I'm at a stop sign, red light, traffic going both ways. Some people walking across from one side to another one. Hispanic woman, it looked like her child, another person, and an old white man was just walking behind them across. Some black guy came out of nowhere and just knocked the white man out right in the middle of the street, and he started nose bleeding and everything. Who should I have compassion for? The one that did the hitting or the white guy that was knocked out? Or me for having to see that? Oh, you don't want to respond to that? What do you say, sir?
I think that, so if someone just hit him,
Man,
you know?
that's you. You look different.
Yeah.
What the? I changed his diapers. And now you look like a grown
I
man.
came casual today.
That's for
I
sure.
wear-
How
feel a
are
little-
you?
I'm good. Feel
That's
a
your
little
wife?
underdressed. No, this is my cousin. This is Jerry's daughter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hey, Jeremy's daughter. How are you? How old are you?
14.
Nice. Go ahead.
I think that if you're gonna hit somebody, you know, the way I was taught, if you're gonna hit somebody, you're doing it for, I don't matter what reason it is. You shouldn't hit nobody like that, especially if you're an adult.
Right.
You should be responsible for your actions.
But who would
So,
you have compassion for?
I-
The white guy or the black guy that did it?
It hurts getting knocked out and getting punched in the face, so I have compassion for the other guy, for
The white guy?
the guy that got knocked out.
Yeah.
Regardless, if you're old enough to, you know, an adult to understand,
Yeah.
then you should take responsibility for your actions, you know, no matter what. Even if he is going through something, you know, still at the end of the day, don't mean I'm gonna go punch somebody and knock him out, you know. But I feel bad for the guy that got hurt during his rage and process, you know, or
Right.
whatever happened.
Oh, okay. Levi, who should get the compassion?
The white guy that got knocked out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Give it to Levi.
I think it's kind of like a tricky situation. I think both.
Levi,
'cause-
that's Paul.
it's Paul. That's me,
Yeah.
Paul and Levi.
That's Levi.
Hi, Levi.
Okay.
I think definitely like the dude who got knocked out because, like Paul said, it doesn't feel great. But then also the dude who hit him because he's definitely a beta and he's going through stuff of his own. So
The dude that got hit is a beta?
no, the dude who
That
won.
hit him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's a beta. Amazing. I thought about this all week because to see it in person happening is different than seeing it on the news. You know, you see this old guy get knocked out for no reason at all. And at first I had a lot of compassion for the old guy, and I still do. But I thought about the black guy over this weekend, and I'm thinking he must be, as you were saying, he's living in hell within himself. For him to go and do another human being like that for no apparent reason at all. And so I guess, I mean, definitely for the black guy too. I really have compassion for him because he is living a miserable life right now. That kind of hatred in his heart, you can't be happy with that kind of hatred in your heart. I saw yesterday they had a rally for President Trump in Washington, D.C., and afterward they had the knockout fight again. And so I saw an old white, well, not old, but a white guy trying to fight back, and he was doing a pretty good job. And then looked like another black guy. I like black people. It's just that he just came up behind and knocked the guy out and knocked him out. Is there like something in your head that they can hit you from behind and knock you out like that? One knock seems to knock you out. What is that? What is it? Oh, and it makes you go to sleep.
If you hit someone right, and you like this and jerks, they'll go to sleep.
Because I noticed that all the black people seem to know about this. Is that like a training camp somewhere? A training camp for knocking out white people. Because everybody seems to hit them right in the same spot, and they all fall in the same way. I'm going to walk to the side from now on.
If they can't see you coming, then you got an easier target. So if you can see somebody coming, you can dodge it and move in a different way where it might not hit the same. But if they can't see you coming,
And so how do they know to hit? And it's all like this.
You can see the person coming, but if he hits me in the right place, no matter if I see him or not, lights out.
How do the blacks know to hit you there, though?
I mean,
Is there a
probably just
training
seen it
camp
happen
somewhere?
in fights and all that. They,
The hood.
they would
the
know.
Hood camp. Amazing.
Had the greatest heavyweights.
So what?
90s boxing had the greatest heavyweights.
Oh.
Jones, Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield. I mean, I would think, I mean, I'm not
saying anything
I'm going to
particular,
become a
but-
boxer, and as soon as the bell ring, I'm just going to hit the guy in the head, and I'm not going to hit him from the front. That's amazing. Okay, so yeah, you have to be unhappy to do that to someone, really. So I really have compassion for the blacks who are doing that, and not all blacks are doing it. Okay, you had a question before I get to this next thing, Victoria? Okay. That is pretty rough, though. It's just mind-blowing to see it. No love. Yes.
When you were first waking up and,
Can you guys hear? Okay.
hello? Okay. When you were first waking up, did you ever experience, did you ever experience like a paranoia kind of thing or like a spiritual attack that you were very aware of?
What do you mean by that?
Like, sometimes things can happen to you and you don't recognize right away that it's a spiritual attack.
Right.
But there are other things that can happen where it's very clear that that's what's happening. Did you ever experience that where you could literally see that that's what it was?
Like you could be feeling fear and doubt and all that and not know where it came from?
Yeah, because like before you wake up, you don't know where it comes from.
Right.
You just feel it and you accept it, and maybe react to it.
Yeah.
But after you woke up or were starting to wake up, were you able to recognize those attacks? And then if so, how did you handle them?
That's a good question. When I first woke up, it was awful.
Yeah.
I done died one time. I ain't got to die no more. It was horrible because I would get into my head, especially dealing with people, and especially people that you trust. And then things would happen, and then right away Satan would say these weird things to you, and then the pain would come, and because I hadn't heard anyone else going through it, I just had to endure it. I had no other choice because I had to go to work. I had to do what I was doing. But now that I look back on it, it's the best thing ever happened to me, to learn to endure pain. And so, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. But what did you do when that was happening?
I just just let it hang. I couldn't get rid of it. But I kept doing what was in front of me to do, whether I was at work or at play or hanging out. There was nothing I could do about it. And I wasn't smoking pot anymore, so I couldn't roll up a joint. And I didn't drink, so I couldn't get drunk. So I just endured it.
Okay.
You have that?
I did, and I'm still in it right now.
Are you in your head?
Yeah.
And you have pain?
Fear.
Oh, you have fear?
Yeah, like I was really, I haven't had a dream like this in a while, but I think it was like maybe Wednesday or Thursday. I had a really bizarre dream where there was a familiar face in the dream, and this person told me that there were spirits in the room with me, with us.
In the dream?
Yeah, and then it's a person that I trust relatively, on a pretty good level. So I was like, no, that's crazy. And they're like, no, really, there's spirits in here, and there's one right behind you. And
This was in a dream?
yes. And I woke up. No, no, but I talked about it before, like probably months ago, but it hasn't happened in a really long time. But it was another one of those situations where after that happened, I was so petrified in the dream that I woke up and I didn't feel like I was alone. Like I felt like something was in there with me.
Yeah.
And I've had that feeling ever since that night.
Only because you're still having a thought about it.
Yeah.
When you were asleep, you went into a deep sleep. That's why it's good to do the silent prayer before you go to sleep, because if not, you can drift off into thoughts in the same way you do when you're awake, and Satan can deceive you even in your dream. So come out of your head.
Do you believe then that that really is one of the areas that Satan can be the strongest, which is like when you're sleeping in your thoughts and stuff?
I don't know about the strongest, but he does deal with people when they're asleep
Okay.
because they fall into unconsciousness, into the imagination.
That makes
So whatever you're afraid of, when did the dream happen?
I don't know the exact date, but if I were to say, I think it was Wednesday or Thursday.
And so today is Sunday, right? And whatever you're afraid of has not happened, right?
No.
So it's an illusion. If you
It
look
is.
around you, all is well.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't, well, it
Isn't
didn't
all
feel that
well?
way. Yeah, all is well. Actually,
Yeah.
today is the best that I felt waking up, and I didn't have as much fear.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'm in this spot where I'm like, okay, is there really something evil in here? Or is this really my mind telling me that something evil is in
Yeah, I
here?
wouldn't get so into it because now when you go home, Satan will say, look around, something's in your room.
Every day I've
And
walked
you,
in.
You start looking, oh yeah. And then after a while, you hear something or see something that's not even there because you're believing into it too much. Let it go.
Yeah.
Just know you're in your head if you can't let it go.
Okay.
And don't look around the room for it.
Oh my God, I opened
Don't
up
look under the
closets and all kinds of
bed.
stuff. I
Don't
did that.
look in the closet. Because he'll drive you even, and now you're searching the whole house. You're calling the cops and they're sending a social worker because the cops are gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't let him make you do any more with it. Just endure it, take it. All right? Joel and I and Nick had a conversation like that, right? What was it? And then I'll come to you.
Just not putting any resistance against it at all.
Yeah.
Just watch it completely.
You know, in the Bible it says, count it all joy when you're feeling the pain. And that's what it's talking about. When you're going through that and you have like fear or doubt or worry or anxiety or whatever, just relax and go through it. You got to endure it. And I wanted to talk about endurance because the one thing I noticed about millennials, they can't endure anything. One little wind comes, they blown away. Especially the men. I understand the ladies a little bit, but the men are worse than the women. What the? It's like they all female on the inside. Sorry, guys. Did you want to say any more about that? Okay, right here.
Yeah, I want to comment about that because I've had that too. I was a hardcore Bible thumper, and so when I first woke up, I was like, wait, but all the stuff I learned, was that just a lie? And and so I was kind of like fearful in that. I was like, wait, am I like, I don't know, in a cult or something? Like what? And I had that same kind of feeling, like that weird fear that gripped me. And then I just I had already, like how you say, like once you know the truth, then it can't be taken away from you.
Right.
So I
That's
just,
the beauty of it. The truth will not be taken away from you because you can't be born, once you're born of your mother, you can't go back into mama's womb, right? Even though a lot of guys have tried it. It may not have been the real mama that had it, but it's the other mama. But you can't go back in. Likewise, once you're born of the Spirit, you cannot be unborn. All right? So even when you're going through that, it's not like God going to say, okay, I'm gonna abort you. He's not going to say that.
but that was the thing too, like how you said, I stuck through it, and I was like, no, I'm gonna trust in the truth.
Yeah.
And so
That's right.
so when I did that, I would do the silent prayer, and I can feel like it was pretty interesting because I saw like a light, and then once I saw the light, then whatever that was inside me, I can feel it was afraid of the light, and
Yeah.
and I felt it like come out a little bit, and then it just went away. And then ever since then, I was able to face whenever like I have a crazy dream or something, I just be still, and then it leaves. It needs to leave.
That's right. Yeah, just endure it. You will overcome it. Yes, sir. And then the young lady. Okay.
Hey, Jesse, just a question about compassion. You had a biblical question a couple months ago. Should you live with compassion? Something to that effect. So, and if I recall correctly, the answer was no, we should overcome compassion and actually just be. So I'm a little confused or just questioning what you mean you have compassion for the black man and the white man and the one got hit.
Which one do you believe we should have?
Neither.
We should be compassionate?
No.
Or dispassionate?
Or dispassionate. We should be discerning, right? Say that was an evil act the black man did. We should, if the elderly man needs help, we should provide it to him. out of love.
Yeah.
And out of love, we should hold the black man accountable. And
And why do you believe that way?
why do I believe that? Because it's right.
And how you know that?
Because I just know it. Because
How?
I can discern that that's wrong. He did a wrong action, but I shouldn't get all worked up emotionally over it. I should just say that's wrong. You need to be held to account. We have laws in this state, in this country, that have already predefined that that's wrong action, even legally, but even without the laws, we would know that that's wrong.
So you don't have any passion at all?
I am seeking to overcome all ego and all passion.
Do you have any now?
I do still have a little. I can see it. I mean, I can definitely experience it sometimes.
Which one do you have, compassion or dispassionate?
No, I'll get in my head about a thought and then start feeling some kind of way about it.
Yeah.
So from that I can discern that my ego's not dead, and that I still believe that sometimes I will believe a lie.
Oh, okay. I want to come back to that. I want to deal with this endurance thing first, but don't let me leave without responding to it. It's a good question. Yes, ma'am.
My question is, when you are enduring, are you dwelling in that?
I thought about you all week. That's why I came up with this.
Oh, okay.
All week I thought nothing
Really?
else. I didn't think about God.
I feel special. I feel really special, Jesse.
I thought of you all
Never
week.
thought I would cross your mind, but thank you. I feel great.
And the reason is because I've only known you for, hold on to the mic, keep the mic, yeah. I only known you for a short time, but you've grown a lot in the little period that I've known you. But last Sunday you said that some girls online call you.
Yeah, they were criticizing
I'm sorry?
my characteristics, my features.
Yeah, they criticize what?
My features, my
Oh,
face.
that's the same as your look.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. They criticize your look and you cried.
I did not cry.
You cried, I said hear about it.
It was a sad face. I don't know if you remember that.
Oh, here's last Sunday?
Yeah. Huh?
When you were talking about
Yeah, I was right
it.
here. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And so you didn't shed tears.
I did not shed a
Okay.
tear. That's right.
Remind me of that guy online. What's his name? That black guy, he pretended he was crying. Van Jones. I thought you shed the tears. But anyway, it bothered you. That's the whole point. Right. And why did it bother you what they thought about you or said about you?
It reminded me when I was younger, like middle school, and kids are mean and they just criticize you, like how you look and things like that. So it kind of like brought back that memory. I
Oh,
guess.
so it reminded you of middle school.
Yeah.
And how long have you been out of middle school? What the?
Many years. Many
years, right?
20
Should
years
that
now.
have bothered you that they did that? Especially as a daughter of God.
No, no.
And why were you bothered?
I've been thinking about that.
I told you I thought of you all week.
So I've realized that what people think of me matter a lot, apparently, like my reputation. I think last time that we met at the women's group, I had shared that.
Your reputation?
Yeah, like what people, yeah, like even as a teacher, like.
Oh, I don't even remember that. But they wouldn't know that online, would they?
No,
Okay.
but just in general, like just what people think of me, I guess it does,
Right.
it does matter a lot.
And why?
I don't know why. I don't know why.
You don't know why it matters to you?
Maybe because I have control for like. I don't
I'm
know.
sorry?
Like something related
It's
with
not
control.
a guessing game.
No.
Searching. This is why we got to know ourselves.
Right.
I'm telling you. Okay.
Yeah, I can't say why it matters, but it is important to me, apparently. It is.
So if I said right now, I don't like your glasses,
No.
would you start crying?
No.
And throw them away?
No.
You would keep them?
Yes.
Why?
Because I like my glasses.
Oh, but how about if someone else?
But I'll tell you this, I have been complimented on my glasses, so.
Oh, but not criticized yet.
But not criticized.
And did you cry when they complimented you?
I did not cry.
And
It made
felt
me feel
good,
great.
huh?
Yeah, it made me feel great. Yes.
And now you sleep in them.
Yeah. These are my old glasses, so I still have them. So yeah.
Okay. I want to come, he has something about that, and I'll come back to it. This is so important, folks, really. And then I have something I want to play for you. I want you to see what salvation look like. All right? Yes, sir.
So I think the reason why you cared what they said was because you believed them. Because they were trying to jab at you. And I mean, I went through the same thing, you know, people said stuff about me. And the reason why you care is because you've been convinced of the lie. You believe the lie. They're trying to come at you and bring you down because they can see you rising up, right? So in order to stop you from doing that, they need to start chipping away at you. So don't believe them because they don't know what they're talking about.
Can you get your feelings hurt about anything?
No.
Oh, you're all holy, right?
No.
So if someone said negative things about you, it would not bother you?
It would not.
And why not?
Because I know that they're hurting and they're trying to hurt me because they're hurting.
Yeah. Have you always been that way?
No.
How did you overcome that?
Funny enough, my mama said, you know, I would come home from school and say, you know, this kid called me this called me, and she said, is it true? And I would say, well, no. So, you know, as long as you know it's not true.
Nice. How about if it is true? What would mama say then?
Right. If it is true, then they must be born again and being honest. Because anything that is true is always true.
But you wouldn't be able to handle the truth.
Depends. Now I would.
It depends on what?
Depends on if I was born again or not.
Oh, I see. Okay. Amazing. Oh, yeah, right here. It's about that? Okay.
And then I wanted to say, because I also struggle with that as well, so I wanted to say
You
that.
still struggle with that?
Yeah.
In what way?
In the way that I care about what people think, especially about, it's like funny, the same thing like middle school. Since middle school, I've always cared about that.
Really?
Like the way I look, yeah, so.
And you went home crying?
I didn't go home crying, but I went home sad.
Oh, mommy, the bully bullied me.
No, I just kept it in, but I didn't tell anybody.
Oh,
but
why not? Why didn't you tell your mama?
I wasn't that like close with my mom like that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so I didn't tell her.
You just kept it in?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
and so you still have that?
Yes, I still hold on to that, yeah. So I think that it's also, you might have a way that you want to be perceived that's not aligning with the way people are perceiving you. Because I feel like that's what it is for me. So what would we do about that?
How do you want to be perceived?
Like, for instance, want to be perceived as good looking, or want to be
Speak up
perceived
a little bit.
want to be perceived as good looking, or
Good looking?
yeah, or want to be perceived
late
as
for
like.
that. Can we let's try another one.
Or maybe smart, or like whatever the thing.
Smart?
Yeah.
You picking all the hard stuff, man.
Huh?
Don't pick white people stuff.
I'm trying to follow their
You
lead.
want to be smart and good looking. How old are you now?
26.
Too late for that. No, I'm playing.
I know. But I know. But yeah, so
how do you overcome that?
Yeah, how you, like, when you have a standard that maybe you want to be, and then you just, I mean, even sometimes, like, in the same thing with like the compliments, like when you get compliments, it kind of keeps you like on that high for a little while, but then you're dependent on the compliments.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Right.
I did go through a phase where I was getting, like, when I was younger, like, I thought I was ugly. Then I went and got a lot of compliments.
You
and then
thought you were ugly?
Yeah, and then I went
and then you went and they
got
said
a lot
you're
of
not.
yeah, and so like I'm just how I feel is kind of dependent on what people say.
Oh, okay.
You know.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Who want to deal with that? Let me see.
Like a response to that?
Yeah. How do you overcome that?
You just stop hanging out with people.
Who's talking? Oh, the Trump guy. And so, have you had to deal with that?
Yeah, when I was young.
In what way? What happened?
I just realized that people or never care about what I think, what I say. So you become you yourself. You get me? You become somebody. In order to overcome, you have to realize that no one really cares about what you say or what you think. Is you have to make yourself. That's why I love the Great White Hope, in a sense.
The Great White Hope.
He doesn't care about what anyone says or
Yeah.
thinks. You have to be that kind of person in order to make people realize the truth.
Are you married?
No.
Okay. Are you dating?
No.
Oh. Have you ever dated?
I guess.
You're not sure? I guess. Are we dating? Is this a date? So, have a woman ever made you feel bad about something about you?
I mean, people have made me feel bad, made me feel good, but at the end of the day, it's just about how you yourself bring yourself to the table.
But right now, you can be made to feel bad or good.
No.
You over it?
Yeah.
How did you overcome it?
I just realized that I'm here for myself, and at the end of the day, I'm all I have in this life. And God has given me realization, the realization that life, like you come to this world by yourself, you're going to end up leaving this world by yourself.
Sound like a song. Okay. This is your first time here?
Yes.
What's your name?
My name is John.
Welcome, John.
Thank you. How's it going?
I'm glad to see you, man. Any question about anything?
I follow you or listen to you all the time. I'm one of your biggest fans.
Nice.
Joel.
What's
I love all you guys. I love all you guys.
What's the one thing, John, that you know about Joel?
He black.
Amazing.
Who doesn't know at this point?
I know. Oh, you do? Nice. Joe, you had your hand on this? Okay, go ahead.
Wait, Joel's black?
I know. Joel think he's 30% white. But I have news for him. Okay, and then we'll wind down to endurance.
Two
Okay.
things. One thing I am glad of, that I grew up in the era of sticks and stones can break no bones.
Yeah.
We learned that from the very beginning. If I would ever went and complained about somebody calling me names or anything, my mom and dad both would have whooped me.
Yeah, that's right. That is so true. That's amazing.
And then another thing I noticed about people, the ones that are throwing the stones, the ones that will call you a name, they're the most judgmental people. So that's part of the reason why it hurts so bad.
So can you be hurt by name calling or anything like that?
Oh,
I'm sorry?
no,
How about if your woman left you?
no. I'm not saying, I didn't say it didn't happen before, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So here's what, yes, sure. And then we'll wind down to endurance, and I want to, answer your question. Yes, sure.
I have a question. Why is it that when people put us down or tease us, what makes us or what has made us sensitive to that? It's like almost
Good
everybody
question.
grows up that way, and so we
Yes.
take the compliments, but then when somebody says anything, we kind of shrink back and feel bad.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why are we so susceptible to all that criticism?
Amazing question. The young lady right here want to respond to it, and then I'm going to tell you why. Yeah. Can people make you feel good or bad, up or down?
I think that the reason for that would probably be the ego. And I think that the devil works in any way possible that he can to get to any individual in all individual ways. And then I think that the way to overcome that would be to know that you're a child of God, and God created you how you are. You can't change yourself, or you can get skinnier or bigger or whatever, but you can't, like you said, your facial features, you can't do anything about that. So to just know to.
Are you over that?
Yes.
No one can make you feel bad?
No.
I'm about to.
You can try.
And everyone in this room gonna look around.
I feel it. You know, I mean, I've gone through it in the past, but it's more like it doesn't get to me anymore.
In the
at all.
past, what could have made, how would they make you feel bad?
Well, actually, I felt it made me feel weird that people would call me good looking, and it would make me feel weird, and I didn't like it.
You didn't like being called good looking?
No.
Switch seat with him. And why not?
I don't know. It just made me feel. It made me feel weird, and it made me feel uncomfortable.
Oh, okay.
But now, like, you know, as I'm getting older, I really appreciate it when anybody sees that. So it's like
when they tell you good looking now, you're
yeah,
like,
it's like
thank
I
you,
appreciate
praise
it.
the
Yeah,
Lord.
before I'd be like, yeah, yes, exactly. But I think that
So can people make you feel good
yeah,
by doing what?
just by being kind, by being thoughtful. Like it makes me feel good even when I watch like a video of somebody being kind or helping out somebody else. It makes me feel good, even though I'm not even involved.
And which do you prefer, to feel good or feel bad?
I'm indifferent.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, of course, you know, I would want everybody to feel good, but personally, like when I tell people like the truth or whatever, or tell them about God and stuff like that, even if I don't get a good reaction, it makes me feel good, even though they might make me feel, they might try to make me feel bad about what I'm saying,
Yeah.
or tell me I'm wrong, or that, you know, stuff about, you know, the lies that they've been told and they believe. So I feel, even though like they try to make me feel bad, I'll feel good.
Oh, okay.
Period.
Amazing.
About doing it.
Let me ask you a little Christian next to you. All holy.
Sitting here.
Oh,
Really
God.
just sitting here.
So, can people make you feel good or bad?
Not too much, no.
A little bit?
I've always been the kind of person that's not really comfortable getting compliments. I think because there's something in me that knows don't let them build you up for a fall. And so I don't really like getting compliments very much.
That makes you
And
feel bad?
throughout my life, before I understood it, it always made me feel just kind of anxious. Like if someone gave me a compliment, I would want to like hide under the table kind of thing. Because I just felt like.
You thought they were lying?
Well, you know, when I believed the world more, I probably believed that feeling was my insecurity, thinking that, oh, you're just afraid that you're going to let them down. You know, that they think this, they think highly of you, and then you're going to let them down.
Oh, I see.
And so you must be insecure. But
Yeah.
now looking back, I think that was a good instinct. That's
How
an
about when
instinct that
guys
says.
would lie to you in the good old days, and they would lie to you, oh, you're so pretty.
When guys would lie to me?
Did you like it then? Be honest.
I mean, I'm a woman. I can't 100% say that I don't like that.
So what now?
I'd be lying if I said I didn't like that
I
from
know.
men. I never liked it from women, but I can't say I didn't like it from men.
And you still do, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
But I have to say
Yeah.
that the most
Why
hate
you say that so
I
low, like you, yeah.
well,
You know you like it.
yeah, I guess because I feel like I shouldn't.
What?
I guess I feel like I shouldn't, based on everything I just said, I shouldn't like that. But I think that's just biology. I mean, I'm a human woman.
A human woman.
Yeah.
The real deal. No transgender here.
But
Okay. All right.
I wanted to say the most, honestly, the most hate I've ever gotten was from church here, not from the people in this room, but from people online.
The
There was
people
one,
online hate you?
Yeah, well, it seemed
Nice.
like they did. Yeah.
Why do they hate you online and not in the building?
There was just one time where you really grilled me for a long time. You were engaged with me for a long time, and I wanted to go back and listen to it again to try to, process. And I made the mistake of my eye glancing on the chat, right? And so people
you
were.
made a mistake of what?
My eye fell on the chat because I was watching it on YouTube. I was rewatching it. I had been here in the room, but then I was rewatching it on YouTube. And then I just glanced and saw, oh, someone. And then once you see people are talking about you, you keep reading it. So, you know, it was just.
You're like, read some more.
People were saying she's lying,
And now Satan's like, go
she's
kill
not
yourself.
a grown-up, and she's a child. And for a split second, it bothered me, but I think the best thing is to realize that it's true, because you know, when someone was saying, "Oh, she's a child, she's not grown," I was like, "Yeah, that's actually they're right."
Why do you care what people say on chat? Do you know everybody on chat?
No, and for a moment, no, I don't. And
Well,
for
why do
a
you
split
care what they
second, I
think?
said, "Well, I guess people hate me, so I shouldn't go back or I shouldn't speak." And then the very next moment, I realized, "Oh, but wait, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if they don't want to hear it at home. Oh well, I don't care." So I didn't, it was a moment, and it was really just a moment. And in the very next moment, I realized I'm going back if I want to.
Oh, did you think that the people hated you in the church too, or just online?
Well, there did seem to be somebody that was on the chat from inside the room, because someone was
Inside
saying,
the
oh,
room?
she's
Point
loving
'em
every
out.
minute of it. She's smiling the whole time. She loves the attention.
Oh, yeah?
And, yeah.
Who said that?
Well, I have no idea.
What's
I have
their
no
name online?
I didn't. I didn't care that much to check
No,
it
don't
out.
say it. Right, don't say it. Right? Oh.
No, I didn't care enough
Oh,
to
that's
look
called
that much
doxing?
in it.
They shouldn't say it then.
And if I
But
knew
anyway, don't
if
say
I knew who it was in the room, I wouldn't care, and
Would
I
you
wouldn't
beat 'em
and I
up?
wouldn't dislike them. No, I wouldn't.
Would you roll your eyes at them?
No.
Oh.
No. It's
you-
not. It's none of
yeah.
my. It's none of my business what other people think of me, and I have no control over it whatsoever.
Oh, okay.
So.
All right. So,
Yeah, don't read the chat.
I'm telling you, don't bother her on chat. What the?
No, go ahead. I don't care.
So, yes, sir, real fast. Oh, I saw your hand too, right? Want to be good looking? Oh, yeah.
Doug was raising his hand. It was him. That's why he was like this. It was him who did it.
What?
He was talking mess.
Oh.
Go sit down somewhere.
Did you have your hand up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to say, though, that usually people that are on chat throwing out jabs like that, come on. They're behind some, you don't know who they are. They're throwing out jabs. That's like the guy the knockout guy. That's like that. You don't never see him coming. You don't know them, so
Yeah.
why take heed to what they say?
Yeah, that's true. Oh, it was true? What the? Oh, you were? Take the mic away. Don't give her the mic. You know, we're right to her. I love the attention from you. Here's the mic. What the? Yes.
Oh, yeah, I was just saying most of
Are
it.
you loving this attention right now?
I just always love talking to you and being here.
Ooh.
What?
Beta. No, I'm
I love
playing.
being here.
Yeah, I love the fellowship too.
Yeah,
I really do.
I
I
love
learned a lot.
fellowship,
Yeah. Okay.
But I just wanted to say most of what they said was true, so who cares?
Okay.
I mean, I'm not mad at them, like, oh, they're just haters. What are they saying that, I didn't feel in the moment that I was lying? People would say, oh,
That's
she's
right.
lying, she's lying. But maybe I was. I don't know.
They can make you think that you were lying?
Well, it's not impossible that I'm lying to myself or that I'm not.
You can lie to yourself?
Sure, yeah.
Amazing. Okay, we're going to get you right.
Okay.
Right now. All right. Last word on this, and then I got to finish up on that, and then there's something else. We got to get to the biblical question, your question. Yes.
Okay. And then I just want to, because he said something about sticks and stones, and I didn't, at the time, I would like almost create like a ego. I mean, not create ego, but I would let like my ego respond to it, and so I would just kind of deflect it and be like, I don't care about it, whatever. But trying that for like years and years and years, it goes through phases of working and then not working and working and not working. And since I've been listening to you, I want to get rid of that ego. So I don't want it to be out of like a angry response that I'm deflecting anything.
That's
You know what I mean? I want to be honest and truthful, but I also want to deal with the issue. You know.
Right on.
So.
The young man right behind you want to tell you how to overcome that.
About the ego?
Yeah.
Well,
Has anyone ever gotten to you, made you feel bad or made you feel good?
At first, yeah, but it takes like a few seconds, and then it drifts
only
away.
a few seconds?
Yeah.
Oh, it should take
I
an
don't-
hour, man, at least.
I mean,
No.
depending on who can it be,
Yeah.
it might affect me a little longer.
Right.
But I feel like, I mean, I'll admit it, I love attention. You know what I mean?
Right.
And Alpha. And
Why you love so much attention?
I have an innate need to be loved.
You do?
Yeah.
And why?
I would say it stems from probably my father.
What happened?
Nothing particularly. He's just very stoic, and which is fine, you know. But I feel like I don't know.
You want your father's love?
I believe I do have his love. He just doesn't express it the way that I feel it from my mom, for example.
You better thank God for that. You're blessed.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if you had a father expressing love the way mama,
No, yeah, and I agree.
you'd be with two lesbians.
Yeah,
Lesbians.
yeah. But yeah, so
Have you told your father this?
no, I don't feel like it's something that I have to bring up to him.
Why not? He doesn't know you feel that way.
I mean, I've spoken to him and I've told him that if I've ever had any kind of like resentment towards you, then I apologize because I've been looking for a different kind of love.
Yeah.
But him being him, he's just like, okay.
You love him?
Yes, yes.
So just apologize to him for regret or resenting him for not being the way you thought he should be.
Yeah.
Because he does love you.
Yeah.
It's just that he's not into the mama thing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
because you're so close to your mother, he just kind of handed you off to her because he can't deal with your mother. And dealing with you is like dealing with your mother.
And you know what? I agree to a degree, but I feel like I don't want it, you know, that's nuance. There's always nuance, and I
Yes.
don't think that it's always on my mom's fault. At least, like I could see how my dad
No,
has
it's
played.
his fault that he can't deal with your mother.
Uh-huh.
It's your mother's fault that she's the way she
But
is.
what if I feel like it's that she's dealing with him in a way?
She is. She's trying to control him and kill him.
Yeah. I would have to think about it a little bit more.
I want you to ask him why is it that he didn't pay you a lot of attention? What is it you were missing from him? Ask him why. Ask him were you too close to your mother, and then he'll tell you. You can ask him.
That's such a deep question, though.
Because all of us was in that. Some was still in the fallen state, but what we yearn for is the love of a father.
Mm-hmm.
All people yearn for that. That's why we must be born of the Father. So ask him that. Have a conversation with him. He doesn't know you feel this way. That makes sense?
Yeah.
How old are you?
27.
Nice. Make sure you ask him. All right? Is this your first time?
No, I've been here a few times.
Oh, okay. Are you Mexican?
Yes.
Oh, that's why I can't tell. All Mexicans look alike to me.
Yes.
Okay. So listen. Cheryl asked why this is. It's that way so that, God said to be in the world but not of it. And so when you're born again of God, what he's doing, not only has he renewed your heart, you don't have hatred anymore, right? You have perfect love. So what he's doing is get rid of all the ego so that the world cannot control you. And so if they call you names and you overreact to it, or if they lie on you and you overreact to it, what that is saying to you is too important to you. It's still your God. And that's why you're overreacting. And so when someone does that and you get in your head and you feel mad or you feel happy or you feel whatever, just relax in it, he will take that away from you. And then when the world tried to attack you with it, it wouldn't be a big thing because you no longer have any fear about it. Your ego has been taken away. That's not important anymore. So that's why these things are happening, to make you strong and for you to know that you're with God. It's amazing, he would take all that away from you. And then someone would come back again and try it on you, and you'd be like, wow, that didn't matter this time. It used to wipe me out, but now it doesn't matter. So let all these things happen to you. Don't try to fight it, but endure them when they happen. Go through the pain. When Satan is talking to you, they lied on you, everybody now think of you that way, or they're trying to take your job, or this, it's too important to you. That's why you're having so much pain about losing it, and that's why Satan can use it against you. All right? But I'm telling you, it's so amazing. If you just take the pain and do what you're doing, your work or whatever, it will be taken away. Because God said that we should love him with all our heart, soul, and might, along with nothing else. We can't love ourselves. We can't love our children. We can't love our money, our jobs, our places, friendship, and none of that more than him. He has to be first. And then he will separate you from all this stuff that controls you, and you'll be fine. One of the reasons white people have not spoken up, because blacks have discovered that white people love their stuff. They love first-class life. They love the best college. They love the best job. They love the best seat on the airplane. They love the best neighborhoods. They love the best everything. And so what the haters do, they say, I'm going to take your job. I'm going to take your house. I'm going to take your child. And if you overreact to it, they got you. You're not going to do anything because they see that you're afraid. But God would take that. I'm telling you, I'm a living witness to that. I had no idea when I was going through all that pain that the things that were important to me, he was taking it away. And especially with the kind of job I do, there are so many haters out there. If they could call you names and lie on you, you'll back down. But if you're dead from that, you're in the world but not of it, you'll keep going. And that's what the president does. The president, he is a perfect example what it is to live as a son of God. Because the world hate him, and they call him names, they lie on him, they say this and that about him, they say, I'm going to take your money, I'm going to take your house, and he doesn't care because he's not attached to those things anymore. And yet God will provide for you. So when they do that to you, don't fight it. Because Satan will play on your mind, and after a while, you'll jump off the bridge and kill yourself. All right? So be glad when you use that word and they call your name, and you felt, Satan said, oh man, they think this about you. And you felt weird, be glad for that. Rejoice in that, meaning don't be mad about it. And don't try to get rid of the pain. Let it stay, because that's something you need to overcome. Otherwise, you will not be able to live in the world. You'll be in the world and of it, all in the name of Jesus, controlled by the world. We can't let anything or anybody be so important to us before God. You have to love him with all your heart, soul, and might. So Cheryl, that's why it's happening, because he's taking care of you. He's renewing your mind. He's separating you from the things in the world that the world can control you with. Because if you notice, as soon as someone gets angry at you, what do they say? I'm not going to be friends with you anymore. I'm not going to let you play with my kids anymore. Or when men and women have out of wedlock children, sometimes in wedlock, what's the first thing the woman does? She take your child, because that's the most important thing to you. She'll take whatever's important to you. But if she said, oh, I'm going to take your child away from you, and you're like, okay, you can have it. Take it. She ain't going to take it. She'll come up with something else to try to see if she can control you with it. But he would take that relationship away from things. That's why I said, don't be spending your money in courts over some baby. You're wasting your money with lawyers trying to get visitation rights. Tell her, okay, you can have it. Take that baby. I'll go buy me a house, have a real life. Don't let anything be that important to you. And that's what God is doing is taking those things away from you. That makes sense? So be glad, and you'll see that, wow, I didn't know that was so important to me. It shouldn't matter what people call you. Not at all. It shouldn't matter if they lie on you. It should, don't even worry about your character. If they find out your character is very important to you, you want people to think of you in a certain way, they'll destroy that if it's too important to you. You just want to be a living being of God, has his nature, and live with him. And that's how you live in the world, but not of it. Because the world are fighting one another over things, people, places, and things. There was this woman, Cortez, and somebody said that, I want the name of everybody who voted for Donald Trump. What? Because she thinks that's more important than anything else, so she's going to go after what is important to put fear in you or to make you feel good in order to control you. Yes, Cheryl. Okay, Jay. Let me take Cheryl first. That makes sense?
Yes.
I could care, in all honesty, but I didn't know going through the pain that was happening until years have gone by, and I noticed that people say things and do things to me, and it doesn't even bother me. I'm like, why do you care? You're like, and it's not even important to me. I love what's right with all my heart, all my soul, and all my might. More than I do my own kids. I remember my son used to get mad at me a lot. And he was like, I'm not going to talk to you. I'm like, thank God. And I'll just let him go and work it out, and then he'll come back, and then he'll start bugging me. You want to hang out a lot, right? I'm like, it's better off when you're mad. At least I can measure the time. Yes.
Is that
So that's why it's happening.
Okay. Is that why maybe when you're waking up or whatever happens, that God takes certain people out of your life?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. It's so interesting. Even in your blood family, when you truly wake up and you see that, wow, they hate me. Because now you disagree with them or your conversation is different. And now or you go to your mother just to say, I'm sorry for resenting you. And when you tell her that, she builds an army against you, right? And so you're like, wow, I thought these are my family members. Why did they just believe what she said without even asking me about it? But what happens is you'll see that they're not real family. They may be blood family, but no one that you can put your trust in or you can believe. You don't want to hang out with them. He allows you to see that so you can you're safe from it. Yes, Cheryl?
I was just agreeing because we're going to have a women's meet. I can discuss more
Oh, okay.
there, but it's like at a certain point in time, I found myself alone. Let's say, like alone, like
But he's
alone.
with you.
I get that, and also what I've been realizing is that I made other things and other people my God.
Yes.
And it's almost like he came in and said, like,
God loves us in a way that words cannot express. Because I never would have thought of him cleaning up the things in my life that I thought was important, that would control me, that I thought I needed. But he would take all that away, and you become his son or daughter. He loves you not like we can imagine. So the pain is to overcome whatever's important to you. If someone can make you feel something or think something, they got you. It's too important to you. And then, so what you got to learn how to do is not overreact. And the way you learn not to overreact, you got to be aware of yourself. Because sometimes things will come just like that and you've overreacted already. And now you feel the pain. But the more you become aware of yourself, the less you're going to overreact. Because you can overreact just by hearing about it. And Satan will tell you something, and now you feel pain. And it never happens, right? Nothing ever becomes of it. But you lived it out in fear as though something did happen. But if you watch those thoughts, you're less likely to go through that. And if you go through it, you'll overcome it completely. All right? So relax. He's taking care of you. Endure the pain. Let me take here and then your question. Yes. So about the good look thing, so when somebody tell you you're not good looking,
oh yeah,
you just say, wow,
well, this
that's
is
amazing.
a long time ago, and since then I've heard other, like the opposite, but I just can't shake it for some reason.
So now when they tell you that, be glad.
Okay.
Because that's something that he would take away from you.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
it wouldn't matter how they see you.
Right.
All right, so
Yeah.
take the pain, if you find yourself in the thought about it,
Mm-hmm.
take the pain of it and still do your life, go to the gym, or go wherever, and it'll be taken away from you.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
You just die from that. It's too important.
It's way
And
too
that's the
important.
only way you're going to live in the world and not be of it.
Right.
He's taking everything that's important to you away from you,
Mm-hmm.
and yet he will provide for you in ways that you cannot imagine. Really, you cannot imagine. So allow yourself to go through that.
Gotcha. And I just want to ask, how do you know the difference between your thoughts and like that self-awareness? Because sometimes I can't.
There is no voice to self-awareness. It's a
Okay.
revelation.
Okay.
It's like a reminder, but the voice talked to you.
Okay.
His voice is a voiceless voice. He just reminds you of what you already know.
So then when it comes to you, how do you, I don't know how to differentiate. Like when you're
It's
talking.
not going to be in your head. It's from here.
Okay.
Yeah, it comes here, not from your head.
Can you,
Satan on the head, he on the soul of the belly.
so it's like a feeling. Is it a feeling or what?
It's
what is
like a reminder. You remember. You know, if you put your keys away
Mhm.
and you're in a rush, you forgot where you put them. And
Oh,
then if
it
you
just-
calm down, that's why stillness is so important. Because if you calm down for a minute, you'll remember, oh, I put them on the table.
Mhm.
It's like that.
Okay.
He'll remind you of what you already know.
So when you're I guess when you're this is like a question for you. Like when you're sitting alone, do you have thoughts? Like what is it that is happening? Because I always have thoughts. I don't know how to not have thoughts.
Are you doing the silent prayer
Yeah, I've been doing it.
every morning?
Not every morning, but
Well,
like
suffer.
no, I know.
I can't help you. Suffer and die.
Right.
Why aren't you doing it every morning? Because what you're doing is separating the real you from the darkness
Okay.
of your imagination.
Okay.
You can't live in there and have peace.
Right.
So when you do the silent prayer, you'll become aware of those thoughts. And then during the day, you'll remember, as Victoria was saying, she realized she in a thought. And so she'll just relax and let it pass. You'll start to know that you're in a thought. And after a while, you have fewer and fewer thoughts. It's weird. I didn't know it was like this. They get further away from you, and you only remember to live in the present.
Okay.
You're
Sounds
growing.
good, but I'm far from there right now.
But you got to do the silent
Yeah,
prayer.
definitely.
Why don't you do it every morning, every night?
It's like I tried last night and I started falling asleep and I was like, I don't want to start doing it in the
So
middle.
what now?
I started doing it last night and I started like falling asleep, and then I kind of was like, I don't want to fall asleep because I think on it says don't fall asleep while you're doing it, because if you go to sleep a
fall
fool, you
asleep
wake up a
you're
fool.
gonna wake up a fool.
Yeah. So I didn't want to fall asleep like while I was doing it, so I just kind of didn't do it.
Oh.
But like it'll be something like that.
So Satan said, you might as well stop because
Yeah,
Jesse said you
that's-
fall asleep before
and I
you get
listened
up
to
and
him,
go.
yeah.
You should do it anyway,
Mhm.
and then if you fall asleep, go to bed.
Okay.
No
Okay.
big deal.
Okay.
A little bit is better than nothing,
Gotcha.
and you'll grow into it. But he's separating you already from the darkness of your thoughts. Every
Yeah.
thought is a lie.
Okay.
But you need to do the silent prayer morning and night so
Right.
you can become aware of that. He'll make you aware of it, and he will cause you to overcome it. And it's amazing, man, to
Okay.
live free.
I can imagine.
It is something else.
Yeah, and then this is a question my friend has always been wondering since we started watching you. He's wondering, have you ever been like attacked or have you ever had any like? I mean, we see videos of you with confrontation, but have you ever been like physically attacked? And if so, how did you deal with
See,
it?
have I been? I've been threatened to be attacked, but because I'm country from Alabama, I don't mind fighting.
Okay, so you would fight back.
I'll fight
yeah,
back.
yeah, yeah.
I remember once I was coming from Houston, somewhere, back to LA, and we had to get off. No, we landed in Houston, so I had to wait to get on the next plane. And somebody saw me there, and they were going, oh, all in my face. And then it was a black guy.
Of course.
And then a white man heard him, and he was like, Jesse, I like what you're doing, man. And now they were about to fight, and the guy came back to fight me. I said, come on, let's have it, man. So far, I haven't backed down from anyone,
Yeah.
but I've not been physically attacked yet.
Okay.
But I've had many, many running encounters with people.
Right. And if that was to happen, the fighting, because I heard him say earlier, you can fight out of love. So like,
If
is
somebody
that,
hit me,
yeah.
male or female, you going down. All in the name of Jesus. I would be like, praise the Lord. All in the name.
Gotcha.
I don't understand this thing. If you're a Christian, you can't fight back. Or you, when he said turn the other cheek, he didn't mean
Yeah,
that
please.
one.
Yeah, what does that mean?
You're going to get knocked out.
Yeah, right. I figured. And they always play. That's why I'm. It's like because that's what people
It
say.
means don't hate.
Okay.
When someone hates you, don't hate them back.
Okay.
That's what it means.
Okay.
Forgive them. They can't help it. It doesn't mean you don't defend yourself.
Right.
God loves us. He wouldn't want us defenseless to the children of Satan.
Right.
I was at the market a couple weeks ago, didn't have a mask on, and two black women, they had froze, afros.
Not
real big
Amerifros.
ones. And so I'm standing in line, and I kind of looked over and I saw them getting all antsy. So I pretend like I didn't see it, like I'm looking at the magazine, and the black woman telling the cash register lady, look at him, he doesn't have a mask on. I'm still just ignoring it. Look at him. He doesn't have, and the daughter like, yeah, I guess it was daughter, the woman with her. And then they started telling the register lady, he doesn't have a mask on. You can get sick. Don't you have a family? And they were like trying to pull her into their hell, right?
Right.
But she was kind of whispering something because she know me. I can go to the store all the time.
Okay.
And so finally she said, call the manager. And the black lady called the manager over. And the manager said, sir? I was like, oh, yes? She said, could you put your mask on? I'm like, yeah, I can. I have it in my back pocket. And I put it on. It was a Donald Trump mask.
They even matter.
And then, and while I was pulling it out, I said, and I won't use the word because I don't want Montgomery to hear it. I said, yeah, I put it on. Tell that bee to stay out of my business. All hell broke loose.
Yeah.
We had like a Black Lives Matter situation up there. And I said to them, they were like cursing and yelling and screaming, right?
Yeah.
And then they act like they were going to hit me. I said to them, I'm not like those other guys. I want to tell you right now. If you hit me, and I used the B word again, if you hit me, you going down. And then I could see they backed away a little bit. They were still cursing and yelling, and they forgot to get the money, the cash back from the register. But God doesn't want us helpless to the children of Satan.
Right.
In us, there is no fear. In us, there's only perfect love. And when you fight with perfect love, you're aware of what you're doing. A person that fight with anger, they can't see what they're doing.
Right.
They're all over the place, right? So while they're swinging and trying to get you, you can see them, you just knock them out.
Yeah.
Floor them. And then say, praise Jesus. Really. God is not a weak God.
Right.
And he doesn't want us to be weak. That's why he take away all those things that the world can control you with. He take those things away from you, and he'll provide for you. And that way, when they threaten to take things away from you, it wouldn't bother you. You could have it, fine.
But even things like cursing, like
That's
you
not-
just kind of judge.
But that's not a curse word.
It's not a curse word. What's a curse word?
You want me to say a curse word?
No. You can spell it out. We don't want him to know.
What's a curse word?
Yeah, like what would be considered? If that's not a curse word, what would be considered a curse word?
Joel, you curse all the time. Name one. No. Joel does not curse. I don't know. GD? Okay, that's a curse word.
Okay. So how do you, is there like a list somewhere?
When you overcome your anger, he'll clean your heart up.
Okay, and you'll know what to say.
Yeah,
Right, okay.
he'll take all that away.
Okay.
He'll clean the whole body.
Gotcha.
It's amazing. All right? Yeah. Do you curse now?
I do. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I
curse.
do.
Every millennial curse.
I don't know. I would think that the B word is a curse, but apparently
What?
it's not. I would think that the B word is a curse, but apparently it's not. So
No, man, I grew up on that word.
right. So I don't know if I curse.
It mean a dog.
Yeah, right.
A female dog.
Okay. So like
That's
the,
what-
the
that's-
F word
I
is
didn't
like
know
a
it was
curse.
a curse word until I got out here later and I became a Christian.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But it just meant female dog.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
Like the F word, is that a curse?
Yeah, don't use
counts?
that word, man.
Okay, my fault.
Millennials use all kind of words. Let me take this young lady because I gotta. But you got to do the silent prayer, all right? Uh-huh. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, I just wanted to thank you for the advice to forgive, because I forgave my dad this morning.
Oh, you
And-
did?
Yeah, and I
Nice.
feel really good about it.
How did it go?
It went well. It went well for me, but for him, he kind of got worked up about it because he hasn't forgiven my mother. They're divorced. He hasn't forgiven her at all, and he thinks he has, but he really hasn't. So he got kind of worked up about it. But
What did you say to him?
I told him that I apologized for resenting him for so long since I was a kid because he didn't protect us from my mom because she was crazy, she was violent, she was explosive, and she from the time I could remember, she was constantly trying to turn us away from my dad, even though they were still together up until I was 17.
Yeah.
But so I just had a question for what you said about don't go to court and stuff, let the kids go. But the way that
It's the woman's idea for the man to go to court. Oh, if he loved you, if he loved his children, he would take them to court. I mean, he would go to court to fight for it. It's a setup.
Yeah. The way
If you were a decent woman, you wouldn't be doing that to the child.
Of course, yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
go ahead.
She really wasn't decent.
Yeah.
She is now. She's a lot better. But I just was wondering on his part, how should he have acted in the way that, since I could remember, I'm the youngest of 3, and since I can remember, she was trying to turn us away from my dad, and my older brother and sister actually were turned away from him.
Yeah.
A lot where they hated him, and I never did. I was able to take myself out of the situation and see what was going on, and that's why
Nice.
I resented him for because I knew I wasn't brought up with God, but I knew that he was supposed to stand up to her for us. So when I apologized for resenting him for not protecting us from her from when we were little up until forever, I was wondering how he should have acted. Like, should he have stuck up for us? Because he was like,
Yes.
in my eyes, he was being a beta dad. Beta dad. So I didn't tell him that this morning, but maybe I will later.
Why you say beta dad?
When he comes out. I had been saying it around lately, but not right now, not this
Yeah.
morning when I was forgiving him. But so how could he, in the way that you're saying that, don't go to court and stuff like that or whatever, but how could he have shown us that he was fighting for us? Or is it maybe if you're beta, it takes you a real long time to become an alpha, or you just maybe never become an alpha? Or
Had he got to know himself, if he was seeking what was right, he would have overcome his mother. Then in overcoming his mother, your mother would not have become his mother. And so he would have had, the role would have switched, where it's God in Christ, Christ in man, man over woman, woman over children. Then he would have been able to stand between you and your mother and prevented her from destroying you guys, turning you away from him.
So-
But because he didn't overcome his mother, he was subject to the woman, rather than the woman being subject to him.
So he should have done that up until the point of going to court, because we actually did end up, when I was 17, going to custody court for me, even though I was 17, it was weird. But so at that point, he should have not fought, or like
Not in court.
not in court,
No.
just fight for your kids, stand up to her,
Yeah.
and then she probably wouldn't even have
I
gone
can
to court.
almost guarantee you, I'm not God, but I can almost guarantee you, if that order was there already,
Yeah.
and a man got married and had children, he would deal with his wife in such a way he would never have to go to court.
Yes,
She
exactly.
would never take his
Okay.
children to court away from him. She might leave, but most of the time she wouldn't even leave because the woman is yearning for a real man.
Yeah.
She want to return to the love of the father. And so you wouldn't end up in court
Okay,
if they were doing it the right way.
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm glad you dealt with your father. Are you doing the silent prayer?
Yes.
Night. Every day and night?
I just learned about it a couple days ago, and I've been doing it every day.
Stay with it.
Yeah.
Because it's going to get better and better and better. Stay with it. So you can keep the mindset of God.
Yes,
All
even
right?
with all the noise going around and my dog's going crazy.
Yeah,
and stuff,
listen
yeah.
to, you can hear, all that is happening in the present.
I was doing it yesterday and my dog started licking my face. So, he's a beta dog. He's a beta dog. I call him a beta dog all the time.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, when the noise is happening, you can hear it and not be distracted by it. You just want to become the observer.
Yes.
And whatever's happening in the present, you want to be aware of that.
Yes.
All right? Nice.
But thank you. And I'm going to forgive my mom as soon as I get up
I was
there.
about to say, have you dealt with your mother? Ask.
I have forgiven her in my heart.
No,
but,
you haven't.
But not to her face.
It doesn't
I'm
happen
planning.
in the
Yeah, I know.
heart.
I'm planning on it.
What?
She lives a couple hours away, but I was going to go up there soon.
Yeah.
And forgive her. Too.
Yeah. The
I could do.
coward
I
say,
talk to her all the
forgave in
time.
my heart,
Mhm.
but the
Yeah.
brave soul go and face it.
Yeah. Yeah.
God
I'm
said-
not afraid to do that. I'm anxious to go do it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
God said, go and forgive before you
Yes.
enter. He didn't say,
Yes.
oh, do it in your heart. Come
I
on
know.
in.
Yeah.
You got to go so you can get your courage back and everything.
I talk to her on the phone all the time, but I know you said do it to her face to face.
Are you able to FaceTime with her?
I've never done FaceTime or Skype, but so
Really?
yeah.
You've never done it? God bless you.
Yeah, I don't have Facebook or Instagram. And
Nice.
yeah.
I was going to say, you guys and ladies need to stay off Twitter and FaceTime and Facebook and all that. You need some downtime. That's too much distraction. And the world is doing that to you so that they can control you.
Yeah.
By keeping your mind all busy and away from the present, they are controlling you. They are making you vote for them even when you don't know why. All right? So you need to quiet your mind. You need that downtime. Some people go to bed with their phone, and the first thing they wake up, they reach for the phone. That's insane.
Yes.
All right?
One quick question about being a beta female. I'm not very emotional, but sometimes I do get emotional.
Yeah.
But does that make me a beta?
Beta.
Or can you be beta at times without being like
You
a
are
full
a beta or alpha. You can't be both.
But I
listen,
feel like
once
as a
you deal
woman-
with your mother, you're going to overcome
Yeah,
that too.
as a woman though, we are, we do have emotions, or we do have.
Right, but that's because Satan is your daddy. But once you overcome by forgiving your mother, God will renew your mind. He will give you a logical mindset
Yeah.
and bring you in. And then you won't be into all that emotion stuff. It's just you need a renewed mind.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So
Thank
once you forgive your mother, you're going to fly.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah. I want you guys and ladies to hear what salvation looked like. Oh, James, you had one question, right?
Yeah, if you.
Can I play this? Because I'm going to end at 8:30. I mean at 12:30.
If you don't get to me, then we'll read it tomorrow.
Oh, okay. So can we, Doug, you had a question while we're doing this? Getting ready for this? Okay, I want you to hear what salvation is. This is what it looked like. This is a poem called, you have to, real fast.
So you kind of hear people say President Trump's not presidential, and I kind of noticed that a lot of the cowards in the world kind of hide behind those kind of words, presidential, democracy. So we're not supposed to fight back because that's not the way society works, and democracy and presidential. Those words are just like basically hiding behind words that mean something to them.
Yeah.
So they can do whatever they want. They could lob that rock right through your glass house, but you can't fight back at all.
I never thought I would live in a world where somebody can tell you not to fight back. I'm going to knock you out, but don't fight back. And the people go, oh, okay. What the? I never thought, where did that come from? How can anyone convince you that you don't have a right to protect yourself? I don't care what color you are. It doesn't make sense, but anyway. So I want you, just for a moment, I want you to hear this, and this is what salvation is. It looked like this. Did y'all hear it already, some of you? Okay. All right. Are we ready? Okay.
If, by Rudyard Kipling. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, For being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good, nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build them up with worn-out tools, if you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings and never breathe a word about your loss, if you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on, if you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings, nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but are none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it. And, which is more, you'll be a man, my son.
When you're going through the thoughts and the pain because someone said something or took something or threatened to take something or threatened to lie on you, let yourself go through that. Don't try to stop the person from lying. Don't try to stop the attacks. Allow yourself to go through the fear of that or whatever it is. You're dying from that. And then you can live that. The ill point will become real because you will see that God is with you and you'll be in the world but not subject to it at all. And you can't take this away from yourself. It's all ego, as someone said. The ego is dying. That's what's happening. It's a spirit. So you got to let yourself go through these things. And several of you said that when someone is doing those things to you, or people, they hate you anyway. It's not like they're doing it out of love. They already hate you. So, and they know your weakness or think that they know your weakness, and they're using that to control you. But allow yourself to feel the thoughts and the pain when something happens right away like that, or you hear that something's going to happen. Go through it. Really, it's going to blow your mind. And he's cleaning up all that stuff. It's like building a beautiful home or something. You're being built, rebuilt in his image. You already returned to him by forgiving. Now he's cleaning up everything. And it's going to be amazing to you. That's why he said don't take thought about these things. And you won't once he take them away from you. That makes sense? And so I just want to read something, and then we're going to end this. And Samuel, did you ever learn how to read? Yeah. You want to come read this for me? Yeah. Real fast. And this is all related to endurance. You got to learn to endure. Endure. Take the pain. You're not going to die. You will die. But you got to take the pain. All right? And so I just want Samuel to read 2 Peter verse 3 through 11.
Oh, that's a lot.
Is that too much?
Nah, I got it.
Are you sure?
Oh, yeah.
Don't embarrass me.
So, start here at 3?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Start with that.
So, here we go, yeah. All right, so.
When they say, here we go, and so, they try to figure out what their first word spells.
Exactly. All right, so this is.
Start right there.
This is called the generosity of God. That's the verse name. So, by his divine power, he has lavished on us all the things we need for life and for true devotion, through the knowledge of him who has called us by his own glory and goodness. Through these, the greatest and priceless promises have been lavished on us, that through them you should share the divine nature and escape the corruption rife in the world through disordered passion. With this in view, do your utmost to support your faith with goodness, goodness with understanding, understanding with self-control, self-control with perseverance, perseverance with devotion, devotion with kindness to the brothers, and kindness to the brothers with love. The possession and growth of these qualities will prevent your knowledge of our Lord Jesus Christ from being ineffectual or unproductive. But without them, a person is blind or short-sighted, forgetting how the sins of the past were washed away. Instead of this, brothers, never allow your choice or calling to waver. Then there will be no danger of your stumbling. For in this way you will be given the generous gift of entry to the eternal kingdom of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Thank you, man. Nice.
Amazing. Hit me up if you want to get your verse read.
That's a millennial. So endure, do the silent prayer, endure, relax. All things are going to work out. But you got to be willing to take the pain so that the ego can die. All right? That's all that's happening. The ego is dying. And so just relax. God is taking care of you, but you got to stay with seeking the kingdom of God His right way. So do the silent prayer. Be still and know Him. That's why it's so important that you be still. Everything happens in stillness, not running around acting crazy. All right? Not hooping and hollering and carrying on. In stillness. So do the silent prayer. Speak up, but don't resent. And doubt every thought. And He is changing you because it's spiritual. You can't change yourself. That makes sense? Endure. Christ had to endure for us. Who are we that we should not endure? It's just making you stronger. All right? From the inside out, and you'll be fine. But you got to go and forgive. Then He'll bring you in, and the rest is easy. All right? I can't do the biblical question today. I'll talk about it on the radio. Did Jesus come to divide or to unite or to divide, right? Yeah. Wow. Call into the show. We'll talk about it Monday. All right? So thank you for your support. Do the silent prayer. I really appreciate the fellowship. Amazing fellowship here. And I told you we're going to end it at 12:30. If you need counsel, we have the best service on this side of heaven. And everything else. Go to rebuildingtheman.com. Oh, yeah, we're having a women's forum this Thursday night. Amazing. You don't want to miss the women's forum at 7 p.m. at the bar headquarters, Los Angeles. Thank you all for tuning in, all right? Relax. There's nothing that important that you should be tripping out over. So God will take it all away from you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you all for coming. I appreciate it. So